Once you see the setup against English, it's going to live rent-free in your head every time you face this opening. And yes, it works every time. C4, E5, Knight C3, and the dynamic setup that I'm going to provide here is really nice for the blitz and rapid time controls. It's about A6, and after D6 I want to pull out my bishop back to A7, so when he castled I want to play this move H5. So now actually castling is a little bit inaccuracy, and he went for this D4, which is not the best. The best one is to play H3, and this allows me to grab more space on the king side. So I postponed my knight development, so I didn't develop my knight just because I want to support the H line. And now he's actually thinking what to do, because it's really uncomfortable for white to face these immediate threats on the king side. That's the whole point of this opening. And you see, he's burning the time. I'm 3 minutes, he's burning the time, and this will cost him later in the time scramble. He will make a lot of blunders. 95, not a best option. At this point here, computers are recommending to play something like knight g7 or knight c7, so we just trade in the middle. But the thing is, now I decided to go for the normal move, knight to f6, just to develop my knight, which is totally fine move. He went for the b3, and yeah, here black is having totally fine position. What is my plan? I want to play in the long term, so I want to create weaknesses around the king. Maybe not the best move according to the engines, but in practice it's really uncomfortable when you have the pawn on h3 and making a lot of trouble to white's king. At this point now I'm thinking what to do. Should I go for c takes? Should I go knight takes d5? Or maybe first bishop g4? I cannot play on this pawn because he will have enough protection here, as you see. So my plan is also to castle, but firstly I want to see where he will place this bishop. So at this point I'm deciding to put my bishop on g4, which pins this knight, and now I have a threat of taking here, and then later knight takes d4, one-time threat. If he takes on f6, my queen will join into the game, and I will have a lot of threats to actually use this outpost for my pieces. And now once he played the move bishop to b2, at this point he is now struggling on this diagonal, and this bishop will miss this diagonal because I'm about to make the opportunity and open up the line when later I'm going to castle. So I'm thinking now, but the next move I will play is e takes d4, just because I want to open up a little bit the middle. I need that because if I don't do that, I can't attack the king. I need some dynamics in the middle. My bishop is also close, so I need to open it somehow. On the other side, his bishop is close, and that's good. So that's why I take. And of course, he can't take with anything else than the pawn because it doesn't make sense. So he takes back with the pawn. And now I decided to trade, of course. So I take here, and I hope that he will take with pawn, and he did that. But actually, I think the best is to take back with bishop, because this bishop can stay really close if he push something like f3, then this bishop is in a very big trouble. So here I took with the pawn, then now black is already better. Now we go with the knight back, and what is our plan now? We want to play queen d7, queen f5, or maybe knight f5 to pressure this pawn more on d4 here, because this pawn is a very big weakness. So he played this, I went queen d7, and you see I'm keeping flexible. I can castle this way, I can castle this way. The safest way is to castle obviously on the king side, but there is also an option to castle long. I don't want some pressure on the c line, so after queen d2 now I'm thinking what to do. Should I go queen f5? Should I place my knight here? I have a lot of options, but before I see what he will do, because when he plays knight f4, I want to go knight g6. So that's why I did short castling. Maybe even long castling is also possible. So now he's thinking, he's spending some time. His bishop is out of the game. This bishop is out of the game. Yeah, he has open 2 lines for rooks, but he can't use them because my bishop can always support the c7 square. And now he's struggling to find a plan. My plan is very easy. I want to play on these weaknesses. He has a lot of light square weaknesses and also bad pawns in the middle. So he played rook c1, and I just didn't wait anything. I played the bishop to b6, so my bishop is permanently protecting this pawn, and there is no some c5, c4 moves, so just because of double pawns. He went knight f4, and yeah, I use this hook because I want to trade this knight. My knight on e7 is a bad piece, and I'm also lacking space a little bit. So knight g6 is a perfect move. Of course, he won't trade. He played knight to d3, and of course now after knight to d3, we need to bring the other rook to the game. And now I'm about to play that move, rook from a to e8, challenging the rooks on the e line. So I'm also fine with the rook trade because yeah, my pawn structure is behind. He went for a4, trying to play a5. I stopped that with my move a5. Maybe I don't need to do that, but I just want to be safe. Bishop c3 targeting my pawn on a5, but now queen f5. And now we launch the attack. There's also a lot of sacrifices with knight h4. Bishop here is coming, and if trade happens, then there is a checkmate. So he's in a lot of trouble. He needs to think and find a way. He played knight b2, which is definitely passive. Bringing the knight back is always passive thing. So after knight bd2, maybe his plan is to go here, but this is all slow because king is in danger, and that's why this pawn makes a lot of sense here now. Yeah, now I can't play this move because there is queen d3, and that's something I saw on the time, so that's why I pull out one of the really good moves here. You'll see now in a few. And yeah, that's the move queen h5, just because when I play bishop f3, I don't want to face queen d3 attack on my queen. So we're in time scramble. He has 23 seconds. I have 38 seconds. And I'm threatening bishop f3. He played rook e3. And yeah, now he's stopping my move bishop f3. But now when I trade the rooks, which I did in the game, he will take back. And my only problem is how to regain the line. So he took back. And now I found a beautiful idea of bishop d7, supporting this. He played knight c4. I include one more rook into the game. He moves the queen back. And of course now it's obvious that I'm about to use this e2 square. Just thinking to not blunder anything. His king is in a very big danger. You see how much the h-pawn is powerful. I played rook e2. And now he's thinking what to do, this or this. He's struggling what to pick. He goes queen d3, but then he decides to change the mind, and now he plays queen d1, and now bishop g4, making a pin, threatening rook takes f2, queen f1, and now fantastic move, knight h4. The whole point is knight f3. Of course he takes, and now bishop f3 is a blunder, apparently is a blunder, but now he flagged. Instead of this, to just normally play the move queen g6. But I'm also in time scramble, so this is over now, of course. I can even retreat back or something. You can find this PGN file about English and this repertoire on my website. It's very easy, efficiently, quick to learn. So if you'd like to have it, check out the link in the description.